Well, it's that time again. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the interview with Craig-Veltri.
Thank you, Megan Pennington, and welcome to the interview. The wide-eyed devil herself returns to the interview on a mission to recover from heartbreak. Her latest single, "I Gotta Keep Living," is a raucously defiant rocker that acknowledges heartbreak but refuses to wilt as a result. We will world premiere "I Gotta Keep Living" at the end of this episode. She appears to be healed at heart as she is recently engaged and is continuing to solidify her presence in East Texas. Recording in Charlotte, North Carolina, and calling in from Winona, Texas, here she is, Jenn Ford. Jenn, my dear, welcome back to the interview. Oh
Look
my
at
God,
that.
we're gonna go ice skating on that thing. Look at that thing. He loves you. Well,
Look at it.
God, I should have brought my sunglasses on for this thing. Congratulations on all of that, Jenn.
Thank
Uh,
you.
we'll begin with the personal life and how great everything is going. But let's talk about this song of yours and let's just talk about this riff for "I Gotta Keep Living." It's just it's a great bluesy country rocker. Take me in the writing room with that. Who came up with the riff? And was it just one of those things where I have lyrics for it? You wrote that riff.
Neat. Yes.
Good. Great. And did you play that on record?
No, I'm terrible at that.
Okay, so you had the general idea. So how did it come out of you? Was it slower? Was it how did it differ from the writing room to the studio?
The writing room is usually in my bathroom or in the car, but I communicate to Kyle and then I'll send over like a
Kyle's your
crappy,
producer.
yeah, I'll send over a crappy demo and then he'll make magic out of it. But I had, I took a lot of things. I had the lyrics written for a while and I just decided it was time to do what I love to do, which is kick ass. Excuse my language. Can I say that?
I've heard you say worse. But so it does exactly that. You say you've had it kicking around in your head for a while. What was the delay of getting that particular song written?
So I've been writing probably for about the past year, ever since like just writing randomly, writing lyrics. I've had a lot of people putting pressure on me to put something out, but last year was difficult and also amazing at the same time. I moved into my new house 2 years ago in July, yeah, and then separated from my ex
Mhm.
just about 6 or 7 months after that. And
Obviously, the song is about him.
yes, it is. Not all the songs on the album are about him, but there are a lot of them about heartbreak. And I think what I was analyzing towards the end of our relationship is like I've been married a few times and
How many?
three.
Mm,
Thank you.
okay, somebody's
Two.
gonna want clarification.
The second one doesn't really count. I mean, I didn't tell nobody for about 2 months until my grandma sent me a check and I needed to buy groceries and she wrote my ex-husband's last name as my name and I had to go change my name to get the check cash.
Oh, so elopement, and we weren't going to tell the family until we needed to, and apparently you needed to.
We needed to. He was in the military. Sorry, I'm eating. I've been outside all day. Um, so the whole album is just about a lot of things that I've been dealing with over the last few years. Um, there's some truth. Probably about 80 to 90% truth, and some of it's embellishment. Some of it's
Poetic
from
license is a good thing.
for sure. Like this one is true, 100% true. Leaving Eric was not an easy decision. I never thought that I would do it, and we're still amicable. He's doing great. We talked just a couple weeks ago. We were finalizing paperwork and still working together to make sure everybody's financially, where they're supposed to be with all the division of our accounts and everything. So we've been good. He's got a new girlfriend. and his kids are doing great. He's developed a better relationship with his son, which was a contention for me because I'm real big on family.
And you were very
He,
close with his kids too.
yeah, I was, but that's a whole nother issue. Is there's a lot of trauma in that relationship with his children, and it's not
I
his
see.
fault. But those relationships were hard to mend because he hadn't fully mended that relationship yet.
Right.
It has less to do with him, is more to do with their mother, and so it was hard for them to form a relationship with me because of that.
Hmm.
So
Well, the song itself seemed pretty direct, not to all of the minutia of the breakup, but it was very direct to the breakup itself. You say that there is an album on the way coming. So is it going to be sounding more like this? Is it going to how many songs are we talking here? Is it going to be called I
I
Gotta
gotta
Keep
keep
Living or
living. I gotta keep living, for I mean, that's the working title right now. I've played with some other things. I've got another song called "Turn You Into a Song" that I'm already performing live because it's an easy song to play um,
why is
for
that? Is it
me.
just is it slower or is it a ballad or
Well, it's easier for me. I could pull it off a lot easier, like on my own acoustic, because it's just four chords.
right?
But this song, I need my powerhouse guitar players to do those cool riffs because I can't sing that range. I mean, that's a powerful song. Vocally, it's strenuous. I mean, I'm going up and down and all over the place, and
You sound incredible on that, and we'll talk a little bit more in a second about what that song entails on the Craig-Veltri interview with Jenn Ford on the Scarfire Media Podcast Network. For more on Scarfire Media and all of our services, visit our website, scarfiremedia.com. Check out the Cool Brother Podcast. Fire Pit will be debuting soon, along with Mommy Rockstar. And thank you for listening to the Craig-Veltri interview. Like, share, and subscribe. It is noted that this is a Jenn Ford album, not a Jenn Ford and the Wide-Eyed Devils. Is this have you just decided on the Springsteen approach? It's Springsteen on the record and Springsteen and the East Street Band going out live, or has that band since dissolved?
it's always been just Jenn Ford when I put out the music, except for one song, Under These Stars. We did the White Eyed Devils version because I had an acoustic version, and then I had the full band version, and there's even more versions after that. But the artists, the musicians that I play with, I have a rotating roster of people. I've got my core guys that play with me all the time. Like my bass player has been with me for like 5 years. My drummer and my lead player. I have several drummers and lead players because I have to share sometimes. But my main thing is the guys all know that like I'm gonna outwork every single one of them as far as pushing this forward because my name's on the front of it. And it's not to say anybody's lazy, but I'm in a position now that my kids are grown and then I've got my military benefits to where I can focus on this and I have my own karaoke business and promotions business and things that I do that I can go full steam. Some of these guys are way younger than me and they're still with their young families or
Right.
they've got to work during the week. So I just have like five badass guitar players, five badass, well, probably about three badass drummers. Chris plays drums for me some.
Chris, the
And
fiance.
yes, the fiance. He's never been in a band till, I mean, officially until the last year I started pulling him in some. He's got a lot of material to learn and he's got a lot of natural talent, but it's a lot to absorb. Like he's
Is
learning
that
the
how you met?
lifestyle. We met at karaoke.
Okay. uh,
He came to my karaoke several
what
times,
did he
and
sing?
man, he sings STP, he sings Red Hot Chili Peppers, Tom Petty, like all the stuff. Like,
So, in other words, he went right for your heart with that.
I honestly, I'm out here in East Texas, and most people are singing like Zach Bryan and George Strait, which is all great music. But when he came in and he was dressed in cowboy boots and he started singing STP and um, you just all the song, Nirvana, all the stuff I grew up on. I was like, well, that's interesting. I love those songs. Like, oh, who's this guy? And honestly, I didn't want anything to do with him because I thought he was like, I don't know, I was a little bit afraid of him, but he's just kind of a
in the
Very in
mysterious sort of way, gloomy
Yeah, I
kind
was
of.
just trying to
I mean,
figure him
Nirvana
out.
STP. I mean, he obviously has the demons talk to him a bit.
Yeah, he had a little bit of bad boy in him, but he's quiet. I mean, he's not like he's got a lot of layers to him, and he's very intelligent. Very, I mean, I love his music taste. He's a big fan of Whiskey Myers. Like he's got a wide, and that's what basically what we started doing is talking music, and and also we're kind of in a similar place with our kids. His kids are the same age as my kids. He was a single parent pretty much at least half of their life and had custody of three kids, and he owns his own business, and he's a master mechanic. Like he knows how to work with his hands, which is sexy. I mean, he can fix anything.
I've
And
been told to change tires and change oils, and women would love you, and
I
that hasn't
mean,
worked.
like all he had to do was get my van started working again. And it turns out, like, because I live out in the country, that like some squirrels got in there and chewed up a wire, but we couldn't figure it out because I don't know anything about it. And every time I would try to take it to the shop, they were gonna, oh, you need this or that. And so he just came over as a friend, nothing crazy, and he was like, oh, well, you know what happened is these crappy wires are made out of soybeans and the squirrels got in here and ate it. Let me fix this real quick. And in like 30 minutes, he had it fixed. And I was like, that's hot. And then I was like, oh, crap.
Well, begs the question. The song that we will be playing at the end of the episode is regarding your ex-husband, and you are affianced. Are there any songs about him coming up on the record?
Um, I have some songs that I think may come as singles later. I have to really think about it because most of these songs, I think to fit, I wrote so many songs in the last year, and I think to fit the album, they have to make sense. So they're all a little bit edgy. And when I talk about him, I don't really want to be edgy. He allows me to be feminine. He allows me to fall into my softer side and embraces the weirdo in me. He literally, when he proposed to me, said, "You're my favorite weirdo." And
Uh, it-
and I was like, and
my 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 honestly, you may not be my favorite weirdo, but you are definitely in the top five. So that he real recognizes real, I guess. I can totally understand the being backlogged on so many songs that they got to fit the record. I went into the Moonshine Vagabonds record because it was the press scene need at the moment, and now the record that's going to be coming out, it feels like it's going to be me retelling the last, not just from my divorce, but from my other breakups, because the songs just weren't going to fit on Letters to the Defendant, and the songs with me and Megan, it wasn't going to fit in there too. So it's not
right.
uncommon to have that.
Well, and I told Eric, and I let him listen to the song. I said, hey, this first single is about us. And I mean, there's pain in that song. It's like, dang, like I've spent all of this time. We were together for 10 years, and I spent all of this time investing into this, and I never ever thought I would be at this point of where I have to leave. Like this is not good for me. My health was terrible. Um, I was super depressed and losing weight and gaining weight. You lose weight, then you gain weight, and you lose weight, and it was like
Yeah.
felt I felt like that I was dying. Literally, I felt like I was withering away, and I felt like he was too. I felt like he wasn't completely happy, and I mean, we were just kind of we were doing things, but it's so complex. And he was there for my kids, and my kids still care about him, but the reality is like this is my dream. This is what I want to do. And I wasn't going to lose steam because of the issues that we had that really were his major problems that he had to fix. And I'd fixed everything in me. I'd fixed sobriety. I quit smoking. I was fixing my health. I was having surgeries
The
and all this
smoking's a
different.
new one on to my ears. Congratulations.
3 years, no smoking. three
Oh,
years,
okay.
quit at the same time. But like I was losing weight. I was, going to the doctor, going to my therapy, and really trying to like adjust to being an empty nester because my kids were grown, and also really working on creating boundaries of people that have been attached to for years and weren't any good for me, like that were terrible for me. And I was drawing lines, and what I realized is that And I hate to talk about it because I still care about Eric, but the thing is like there were some things that were promised and expected and that were never expectations that were never fulfilled. And I surpassed his expectations and my own exponentially.
Mhm.
And I was like, look, this is it for me. I'm not going to do this for the rest of my life. And
Yeah.
there were some also other issues that I won't ever talk about publicly that hurt me, and he knows what I'm talking about. But
Yeah.
we amended that stuff, but I couldn't get over it, and so it was like this is still I can't keep going this way. I have too much to do. I've worked too hard. I've accomplished so much, and I'm a happy person, and the biggest thing is everybody was shocked because I didn't tell anyone. I just did it. I woke up one morning and I was like, this is it. And I didn't want to be talked out of it. I was very resolute about it, and I wrote down everything that had happened that over the past 10 years, and I just hit send, and I was like, well, I
Hmm.
was like 3 pages. And so
That
I
all?
grabbed my suitcase and left to be out by Tuesday, like,
Uh,
I don't know what to say. And he was hurt, and but at the same time he also said, I know why, and I agree. And so it took a little bit of time, but I don't want to talk about that much
of
more.
course, of
But
course.
I will say that the song itself is probably the first thoughts about like
You're
the
closing the book basically on
yeah,
that part
it
of your
was
life.
first thoughts of like, man, I cannot even believe that I'm here,
Yeah.
because there was a time where I never even considered, that this would be that I would have a different life. I don't even know where I'm going from here. And but I was like, I'm too old to waste time. And I've done all of the hard things that I want to do. I've been on all the relationships that I don't want to experience again. What I want in the future is this. This is for me. And so when Chris and I started dating, I was like very, very direct about like, this is how I want to live my life.
Mm.
This is how I treat my family. This is how important my family is to
So
me.
really, the song is also not just closing the book on your previous relationship, your previous life, because people won't tell you this about divorce and long term breakups. It's dying. It is death. It is tantamount. The feelings you feel are tantamount to the same grief after you losing a loved one because you lost. You've lost an entire life
Yeah, I
in that
mean, I
divorce.
literally came in the next week and removed all the pictures off the wall and was like, I
Did that
cannot.
too. I'm
I
still
mean,
deleting pictures off Facebook.
yeah, and it sucks because you're like, man, I I'm smiling in that picture, but there's no way I feel as happy as I am right now in
Of
that
course
picture.
not.
And
So it's a declaration of your life to come, basically.
yes, yeah, I got to keep living. Like no matter, and it's also I've been through a lot, just from the military, from trauma, from breakups, from expectations that I didn't meet, and disappointments or whatever that my parents had of me. My parents loved me and I loved them, but like I've always been very stubborn about how I want to live my life. And the choices I've made have sometimes cost me, time or friendships or even, financially been disastrous. But I have never given up and I will never give up. And that's the big message I want to give to other people. It's like, even whether it's a relationship, whether it's a failure, whether it's trauma, you have to choose to move forward because that's not where you don't have to stay there and
Yeah, it's
die
only
in that
failure
moment.
if you stay down for sure. We're here
Yeah.
with Jenn Ford on the Craig-Veltri interview, now streaming on musicfromthe412.com. Check it out this episode drops every Monday, and all new episodes drop every Monday at 8 a.m. and streaming daily on Music from the 412. And I Gotta Keep Living by Jenn Ford will be submitted to rotation for music from the 412. So you're coming off of your previous record, which was a cover record, and you're coming back in with original music. And you've already said that the difficulty was trying to figure out what fits. Was that the only difficulty of getting out of your previous record cycle, which was a cover record, into back into original music, just getting all the stuff you wanted on there?
I think my cover record was really it was two or three things. First thing, it was I had to put something out, and it was post COVID, and my band at the time, like the artists I'd been working with, the musicians, they were older and they kind of decided to move on or quit or whatever. And some of them had some job changes. It was very derailing for a lot of families, and that's understandable. But my main guitar player was in nursing school, and we did a lot of acoustic stuff together, and we had a lot of influence on each other. We did about 300 shows, and it just made sense to like create something from that experience of us touring together for about a year and a half. And I was like, you know what, let's make it really cool. Yellowstone was coming out and really popular, and my dad loves Clint Eastwood and loves John Wayne, and I really like
I
to
have seen
nail.
Dutton Ranch actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's was
Yeah.
I was staying out with a friend of mine in Montana. He lived 40 minutes from where they shot the principal photography at Dutton Ranch, right off Route 90 in Montana.
Oh, I'm super jealous of that. I'm watching the new Yellowstone whatever spinoff show where they're down in Texas kind of
Uh,
right now.
I think they're calling it Dutton Ranch, but
Yeah.
I got off it about the first season because honestly, Beth as a character is frustrating. It's just she's just so erratic, and everybody's so erratic in that show.
Yeah. Yeah, she is a little bit like a little bit unfrazzled, and some people like that drama, you know. Some people like that drama in their life. I've only watched like 3 or 4 episodes, but the biggest thing is I love the landscapes and just the culture behind it. I mean, I didn't grow up on a big ranch. I grew up on 21 acres, but I love the country, and I've really being back out in the country, living on it out here in Winona. I mean, I don't know if you've seen my Facebook where I've got all these little farm animals now, and I
Oh
love
yeah.
it.
Who's your favorite? Your
My
favorite farm
favorite
animal?
animal is my dog, Hank, my service dog, but I love the turkeys too.
Um, for their personalities or for their future appearances on tables?
Well, their personalities, but they're kind of getting irritating now because they're getting a little bit bigger. And when I take them goodies, they pecking my hand and trying to eat my fingers instead of the goodies. They want the worm. They want this big fat finger, and so they may not be my favorite tomorrow. The ducks are fun too, but they crap everywhere, so
Oh
that's
yeah. Eh,
messy.
Yeah, we our favorite things to do as a kid. There's a place about 20 minutes from where I used to grow up, South Park. There was a game preserve, and the ducks would congregate in the pond. We used to feed them all the time. We've had to stop feeding them in the intervening 2 decades for the reasons that you have just expressed, because it just makes such a mess around the preserve.
They're so nasty. I only have three. They're named Huey, Dewey, and Louie after
Of
DuckTales.
course, yeah. Uh, well, so as far back to the record. So you were basically, you were much like you are herding the animals on your farm. You're herding your musicians for your for Golden Radio, the cover record, and now that everybody's together, does that make it easier to make this record, or is it
Well,
something
I
else?
mean, I didn't use any of my bandmates to record because it's such a rotating thing. Kyle is really the genius behind a lot of this stuff. I send him little demos and tempos and keys and chord progressions and stuff like that, and then we'll kind of shoot stuff back and forth to each other, and then it's super easy. It's like
So did he
Kyle,
play all the music on this record?
he didn't play all of it. He does. He's definitely a steel player, guitar player, bass, banjo, like any string instrument besides the fiddle he can do. But then he contracts out with his session guys to come in. But anything like guitar, you know, any of that he's done. And he actually won the Josie Music Awards for producer of the year, and maybe even steel player of the year. I don't know. He's very good, very good. And he's kind of a rocker too. He's from Louisiana, like Shreveport area, but he's a little bit of a rocker. He's got an edge to him, and very easy to work with. And he did Americana radio as well. So
Americana
Kyle,
radio, excuse me.
yeah, he did Americana, and he's doing this one for me. I really like working with Kyle because he likes to experiment, and it's a step away from traditional country. This is more alt country, southern rock, red dirt, and not a lot of women are in that vein. Maybe Shelby Stone and Peyton, my friend Peyton, Peyton Howie. I think she does a little bit of that too, but she's more Nashville kind of sounding. I want to be in the Coet Soul, Hardy, Ashley McBride, kind of a Whiskey Myers,
Well, I
Steelwood.
mean, vintage band hat, vintage band shirt. You're already dressing like Hardy. So
This is because I didn't have time to do my hair, so that's what you get. I just got out of the shower. I was in the
it's
garden.
a
I was like,
it's a good look for you, Jenn Ford. It's what I'm trying to say.
"Thank you." Well, I don't have to fix my hair. It's great.
Hey, that's why mine's up today. We're here with Jenn Ford on the Craig Veltri interview. Check out Jenn Ford's first appearance on the Craig Veltri interview on the Craig Veltri interview archive only on Patreon. Go to patreon.com/CVR archive. For $5 a month, you can access episodes with people that we have spoken to repeatedly. We will be in the coming weeks doing a new tier where the complete Craig Veltri interview archive will be available for a nominal fee. Visit the Craig Veltri interview archive at patreon.com/CVI archive. So the rollout for this record, when will the full record be available?
Man, so I was supposed to be in the studio last week, but Kyle is swamped. Like he's a one-man show. And I was going to come this week. He's still swamped. Like he's highly sought after. So I'm going to go next week and record the next three, which are called Real Life Vampire, um, Turn You Into a Song, and Piney Woods Justice. I've already recorded Sudafed Lies, which that's a song about addiction and dealing with like from a from a third person, kind of watching somebody else on drugs. And I've lived that life too. That's a horrible thing to watch somebody tear themselves apart. And then I did another song called Teach Me, which is actually first time I've recorded not a cover song, but a song that was written by someone else that's an original tune. It hasn't been recorded before. It was by Tim Schleesner. He's a close personal friend. He's written songs for April Smith, Billy Joe, who was just on Paramount. I'm friends with both of them, and he pitches songs all the time to Nash. I think Nash Stanley, and he pitches songs, but he lives just a few minutes away from me, and I'm pretty good friends with him and his wife. And he's been pitching me songs for 2 years, but I told Tim, I was like, look, I don't normally pick other people's songs, um, original tunes to record. I have to feel an attachment to it, and Teach Me is actually like it. When I first heard it, it was a totally different arrangement. It was like in a Garth Brooks or Tim McGraw style arrangement, and I turned it into like almost like a soul, like country soul R&B.
Mm.
It sounds kind of like um Lose Control by Teddy Swims a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's got some
That could have
serious
been a
soul
country
to
song
it.
anyway, too. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
that.
It kind of has a Stapleton, it's very soulful, and the funny thing about that song, and Chris was there, he's never been in the studio, but I told him to come to the studio and watch how the process was. And that song I was the most concerned about. I listened to it over and over and over again. And I did the other two songs first. I was there for about 4 hours, and I usually knock everything out quick. And we did that one last. And I told Kyle, I was like, man, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull this one off today. I was like, just hit record. This song is so difficult for me to get in the emotional mindset,
Mm-hmm.
because that song is about like watching someone pulling away from you. It's like watching them in the middle of the night texting somebody else, watching them not come home on time, watching them avoid your missed calls, and
Yeah.
and it's like, teach me, you're teaching me that I don't need you. You're teaching me that you don't care. You're teaching me, and so it's sad.
Mm.
And I sang he hit record and I sang it the first time and I just closed my eyes and I was almost about to cry. And he goes, "That's it." And I'm like, "Did I do something wrong?" And he goes, "No, that's it. One take. That was great." And I was like, "No, no, no, no. Let me try again." So I did it like two or three more times and he was like, "Mm-mm." And Chris was like, "That was so good. That was so good." I almost started crying. And everyone that's heard it, like Tim, when I sent it to him, he's like, "Man, that'll break your heart."
So
So
you're gonna release "Teach Me" and then the full album's gonna roll out after that?
I don't know. I'm going to release. I don't know which ones I'm going to release. This is the first time I've done a full 10 song like original album, and I want to release Sudafed Lies because I feel like that would speak to a lot of people about methamphetamines.
Yeah.
Like it's an epidemic, and the words are just very edgy. People wouldn't expect that from me. That song actually came from a statement that Chris made when we were at the gas station and we saw somebody tweaking out in the parking lot. I was like, "Golly, what is wrong with that guy?" He was like, "There's some Sudafed Lies," and I was like, "That's a song," and I wrote
Write
it
that
like,
down.
yeah, I wrote it immediately. And I just kind of kept all these songs. And in February is when I really buckled down and on a 3-day road trip. And I just started mapping everything out and putting everything together using Chat GPT, some to like, okay, does this make sense with this and that? Like, do these songs make sense together? This is my concept? And it was just kind of putting it in front of me and helping me like figure out the strategy, not the lyrics or anything like that, but just the strategy behind it all.
Yeah. So DVD on the full length record. Have you at least set a date for your wedding?
Yes.
When will that be?
Valentine's Day.
2027? Oh, that's too
That
close.
way he can't ever have another Valentine. Never. Without
And also saves him an extra day of Hallmark gifts. But
and we're going to Hawaii.
and that's lovely. Congratulations on all of it. Well, as you know, Jenn Ford, we have a nice way of closing here on the Craig-Veltri interview called the No King Questionnaire. But since you are returning to the show, I figure that you should sit through something a little bit different. That's why I've come up with the No King Questionnaire 2.0. Jenn Ford, what sound or noise do you love?
Water.
Water falling or just streams running or rain falling?
Ocean, water, river. Yes, not flooding. Not I don't want to
I
hear
was,
that.
I was about to say, in Texas, what kind of sadist are you, Jen?
No.
Uh,
No.
well, maybe that's it, but what sound or noise do you hate?
Chewing.
Chewing.
Yes.
I must give you credit. You were eating throughout the first part of the interview. We couldn't even hear it on this side of things. So
Good.
clearly you hold to your own stuff. Do you hate the people that also chew with their mouth open, talk with their mouth full, the whole bits? Yeah.
Yes. It's nasty.
Mm.
Mm-mm.
Well, what is the one song that you are not yet tired of playing, singing, or listening to, and it can't be one of your own?
Man, I love playing Kenny Wayne Shepherd Blue on Black. I've started off the
Ah,
show.
I haven't played that one in a while, and it's so
Man,
simple.
we kick ass at that, and I start off every single show with that. And I also like singing Stranglehold. We do that at the end of the show. So, but
I mean,
Blue on Black, I don't. It feels good, and not a lot of women do that song, so a lot of people are impressed when I'm with that Blue on Black. It's just
I'm just more impressed with. I mean, I got much love left for Nugent, but Stranglehold. Oh, that song still slaps, and a woman singing it. Too bad you're getting married. If reincarnation is real, what animal or organism do you hope to come back as?
hmm, probably a horse or a dog. Hmm.
You see what kind of dog, what kind of horse?
I don't know. I like horses because I think I love to be out, to be outside and to run that fast. That just seems like very freeing. And then a dog, I'd be probably like a lab because I love my dog so much. Hank is my new service dog. I got him in January, and he is just my best little buddy. He's like having a 3-year-old. He's outside right now because he'd be right up my butt, but he is so good
Oh, you
most
did
of the
say it was a
time.
Labrador. But uh,
He's a good dog.
what is your favorite food to make at home?
Queso.
I mean, we've talked about your affinity for Mexican food. Is there anything special that goes into the queso?
Yes, lots of love. I put 2 cans of Rotel and a can of chilies in there. And, well, a half a can of chilies, sometimes some jalapenos. I put a lot of stuff in there. It's kind of like whatever we got in the house. But oh, and I make really good bruschetta. real good.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
You you just went right for the Italian heart of mine. The parts that are clogged with cholesterol, I'm sure. So
For sure, it's not that bad for you.
tell that to my doctor. Uh, Jenn Ford, what is your favorite curse word?
Probably shit. I'm like, well, shit.
It's a very versatile one for sure. Last question of the questionnaire. If you were given the choice between starting life with your current knowledge again at the age of 6 or $10 million, which one would you take?
6.
You would want to start again at 6. Why?
Because I'd be running the world by then. And I'd marry this guy first.
Yeah. I often consider that option. I wouldn't have married at all. So
She was mean. I'm sorry. I met her. She was not nice. I remember
and
she
she
didn't want me to come to your wedding. I was like, "Hey, can I come to the wedding?" You like, "I'm sorry, this is guest list. This is like really tight," and she's real weird about it. And I was like, "Oh, this is
uh,
not gonna last."
I'm glad I forgot that conversation and I believe that it happened. Yeah, a letters to the defendant available now as to why I'm not married to her anymore. Well, anyway,
She's mean. She's mean.
thank you, Jenn. Well, Jenn, this is the part of the show that you know the most, you love the most. It is time for shameless self promotion. Your single is coming out soon. And in fact, people are going to hear I Got to Keep Living rather shortly, within minutes. Where can they hear it when it hits wide availability? Fire away.
Actually, they can call their local radio station because it went out to CDX Nashville and CD Tex. It's been distributed. It's already playing in the UK. It kind of went out a little bit early, but streaming, it comes out July 3rd on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon, Apple, all streaming services. It looks and sounds badass, and I'm super proud of it. And I actually played it on KMHT radio in Marshall, Texas last week, and all the ladies came out of the office and like, "Oh my God, this is amazing!" And I'm like, "Yes, yes, yes." So, and go look me up on jenford.com. I'm revamping the website, working on new shirts. I've had to pay a whole bunch of money, so probably won't get them till later on this summer, but I'm hoping to have new merch on the website probably by August, September.
Well, congratulations on everything right now. The new single, I Gotta Keep Living, your engagement, and the new record to come. It's always fun to keep an eye on, and everything that you touch is gold. So I'm so thrilled that you're still out there, you're still rocking. And thank you again for coming on the Craig-Veltri interview, Jenn.
Thank you for having me. Did you see all my new tattoos I got?
What? Yeah, that is some rather brand new ink. What precipitated all this?
Man, I just don't care anymore. I'll do what I want to do. I'm not working at the school anymore. I'm only doing music. I can do whatever I want now, and I'm happy.
Well, here's to doing whatever you want, Jenn Ford. Thank you again.
Love you. Bye.
The Craig-Veltri interview, where Craig-Veltri interviews wonderful people, is a production of Scarfire Media, the voice of the independent artist. Written and edited by Craig-Veltri. Your announcer is Megan Pennington. The opening theme, Shut Up, I Love You, written by Trenton Chandler and Craig-Veltri. Performed by Craig-Veltri, produced by Jack Gavin. Inside the Cabin is available now on all streaming. Support Moonshine Vagabonds by downloading direct from Bandcamp. Time now to update the event calendar because you must know where I am at all times. Friday, June 27th, the Moonshine Vagabonds take the Central City Tavern in Sugar Hill, just outside of Atlanta, from 6 to 9 p.m. Then Saturday, June 28th, Megan and I will be hauling that ass back to Cabot, Pennsylvania in the Field House from 7 to 10 p.m., brought to you by Shady Lady Productions. Then on Wednesday, July 1st, we will be doing a feature set at the open mic at Emsworth Inn at 9 p.m., brought to you by Root Down Entertainment. And then on Thursday, July 2nd, a solo set at Liberty Corner Tavern from 7:30 to 9:30 p.m., brought to you by Shady Lady Productions. For full dates, including Pittsburgh, Chicago, and Myrtle Beach, visit my website, craig-veltri.bandzoogle.com. For booking info, including full band in this podcast, email me at craig-veltri-official@gmail.com. You can find the interview on Facebook by searching the Craig Veltri Interview, YouTube at Craig Veltri Music, music from the 412.com, and you can find me on Instagram, or as my old roommate, the Tommy Thomas, used to call it, Instagirl, at craig.veltri. For Jenn Ford, I'm Craig Veltri, and this has been the Craig Veltri Interview. With that, I'll pass. Here's the world premiere of Jenn Ford's latest. It's I Gotta Keep Living on the Craig Veltri Interview, proud member of the Scarfire Media Podcast Network and music from the 412.